to play on the road in the Patriot League tournament. Their last 13 tournament games in the Patriot League have been at home. This is their first road game in the league playoffs since 2016. We'll see how they fare. Underway, tap controlled by the Eagles.
I think these first few minutes are really important. As you see, American gets one off pretty quickly, and both coaches, especially Coach Jebbia, told us that the nerves will probably be flowing. I mean, a couple of the players, only a couple players left on her squad that remember that 2019 championship. They remember what it feels like to have lost.
And that's one of them to get it going. And Jade Edwards, leading scorer for this squad, averaging 12.5 per game. First points of this championship. Bucknell's first crack on the attack. Freshman Cecilia Collins, along with King, two newcomers, along with seniors like Marley Walls, fourth in this team in scoring, and a great defender on the all-defensive team of the league. And you look at the numbers, 6 consecutive wins for BU coming in. They've won 9 of their last 10 have the Eagles, and 12 in a row here at home. Only lost once in 16 tries here at Bender all season. Emily Fisher had the big outburst. Edwards underneath.
And what a performance from American in the semis. I mean, I don't think anyone expected it to be quite the blowout it was against BU. And BU just folded, and they got in their heads. And they're playing their best basketball. Both teams right now, I think, peaking at the right time, Jason.
O'Brien kick out. Collins, gifted freshman from Scranton, PA. Not able to knock it down. And again, both of these teams, again, we talked about the defensive resumes for these squads. Going to try to see if they get points in transition. Easy buckets will be at a premium in this contest. Turnaround there for Taylor Brown, 6'1" senior from Lakeville, Minnesota. Not good.
And I wouldn't say either team is huge with running in the transition game. They're very half-court oriented in a lot of ways. They'll look to run when they can, but we may not see a lot of those easy buckets in the run game.
Yeah, buckets just hard to come by overall in this game with top 2 scoring defensive teams in the nation. And there's Taylor O'Brien, third in the league in scoring, over 16 per game for the senior for Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania.
Now, she's just such a tremendous player, and she has to really work for her points against American. They like to put taller players on her to make it a little bit more difficult.
And Walls will pick up the foul with the contact.
And O'Brien does a great job there with her pull-up J. That's what she likes to do, right in her wheelhouse.
And O'Brien averages 16 per game in the 2 games against American, which they split. Each team won on their home floor. She had 10 points, 8 boards, as that rebound's ripped down there by Emma Schaefer for Bucknell. But in those games, O'Brien just 7 of 25 shooting, 28%, and 9 turnovers combined. So American was able to really deny the leading scorer for Bucknell some of her prime chances. Second chance there for Schaefer, and the 6'2" sophomore from Cincinnati able to score.
Yeah, that's a great job by Schaefer, just tracking down the rebound and the putback for the extra possession.
Bison by 4 here in the early go.
A quick start from Bucknell on the road.
Bales holding. Edwards aggressive early. That's a good sign for Megan Jebbia. Wants their leader to be there, but she wasn't looking as the pass came back. It'll be a backcourt violation. Early on. Again, not a lot of pieces back from that matchup in 2019. First title game for a lot of these players. You just kind of expected maybe that type of game early on.
Right, it's like this is a full circle type of game for some of the seniors that were around then, and yeah, a lot of nerves because they know what it's like to lose.
Underneath, saved there by King. Entry for Schaefer, going up with the left and scoring. Boy, Trevor Woodruff just really pleased with the performance from Schaefer. The sophomore started all 32 games this season. Talked about defense, rebounding, distribution for her, and score when needed, and she's done that here with a couple of key buckets early.
And she's grabbed her role. That's what she's done. She doesn't try to do too much, knows what she needs to do, doesn't try to shoot every time she touches it, but she will take shots when available.
Collins scores it, and the talented freshman out of Scranton Prep High School makes it an 8-point lead for Bucknell.
So much revolves around Collins. She just makes the wheels go round. I mean, this is her team.
AU 1 of 5 shooting thus far. Trying to see if they can change that. Instead, O'Brien, second in the league in steals, over 2 per game, gets the theft. Can't turn it into 2. Tough rebound there for Brown.
Now you sense the energy here from Bucknell. They've really come out hard on both ends of the floor. American having a hard time getting looks.
Jumper, and that one will fall. And a much-needed bucket for Emily Fisher. Again, normally pass-first point guard who exploded for that career-high 25 against BU in the semi.
Coach Jebby is trying to get her to be more offensive-minded. Too many times she passes up shots.
Collins flashing to the cup for her second bucket. And second-team All-Patriot League as a freshman on the All-Rookie League team, too. Second effort there for Bales. And the sophomore from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, able to get it done.
Yeah, it's a great job from Bales. I mean, she's just somebody who will get in there and put up shots when she gets the opportunity. And she's really good at finishing around the basket.
And now on the drive for Collins.
I don't think this Bucknell team is quite as strong as that one was in 2019, but they are still very solid. Look at what they did. They've gotten here again, and both teams have gone through a lot the past couple seasons with the COVID stuff, and here we are.
Different coaching staff from 2019. Aaron Roussel left to go to Richmond. Woodruff coming in. And again, his team right now is asserting itself in the paint. All 12 points, make it all 14 points, have come in the painted area for Bucknell on 7 of 10 shooting.
Yeah, they just look like they're more prepared right now, and they are the aggressors, and that's something that he told us he'd like them to do from the start, and that's what they've been doing. They're in attack mode.
Edwards, kick out, Fisher for Bales. Emily Johns checking in on the inside. The sophomore from Washington Township, New Jersey, normally gets some touches once she gets into the paint, but no touch.
Trevor Woodruff, a little bit more of a defensive-minded coach than Aaron Roussel was when he was with the Bucknell program. They were scoring 70, 80 points a game at that point. And, you know, he really stresses that tough, smart, together, defensive-minded
How about Collins just losing her defender and waltzing to the cup, give her a half dozen to lead the way for Bucknell. Edwards the other way, offensive foul.
Everything is in the paint for Bucknell right now. I mean, they're getting to the rim so easily. And the American defense just allowing way too many easy buckets early here.
Been a 10-point game, and Trevor Woodruff kind of talked about his offense is something to help us set up our defense. Want to have good possessions to really be able to get back and get set defensively. That was another premium for them yesterday.
And when they played American in the regular season, they missed a lot of shots that were uncontested. And he told us yesterday that, you know, we worked on that throughout the season. We can't allow ourselves to miss easy layups.
There's Johns, and that's 3. Talked about instant offense off the bench, and boom, Emily Johns delivers a little shot of adrenaline there to the Eagles.
And they need that offense from Johns. She plays starter minutes.
Collins just having her way. Another easy surge to the cup, but couldn't put it down. Fisher picked up the dribble, finishes anyway.
Emily Fisher, who's just been on such a hot streak.
Third-team All-League, All-Patriot League defensive team for the senior guard from Melbourne in Australia. Suddenly American knifing this Bucknell lead in half, and now Johns with a block there, rejecting Carly Kershaw.
Yeah, Johns a much-needed substitution here to get them going.
Defense again from O'Brien, and now ran into her own teammate Collins, but Bucknell able to collect as Walls brings it up. 8 of 14 from the floor for the Bison. Americans starting to turn it on, now 5 of 10. Kershaw trying to get position on Brown. Little give and go with O'Brien, cutting back. Overshot it. The lefty couldn't find the ring.
An easy bucket, though, that she missed there. Good back door and ball movement from Bucknell.
Entry. Brown with a kick out. Final minute here, opening quarter, and Edwards sticks the 3.
Edwards, not typically a great three-point shooter either. I mean, you expect to see some sagging here. They have not been the best three-point shooting team throughout the season.
They're just 27% from long range are the Eagles, tied for last in the league, but 2 of 3 at the outset. And back-to-back beauties make this a 2-point game. Walls with 5 of the timer. Spots a cutting teammate. Kershaw couldn't find it. O'Brien. Cut for Collins, and she'll get called for the player control foul.
A great defense, and just O'Brien trying to be a little bit too aggressive there. Probably needed to take the pull-up jumper, which he's very good at. And American has a lot of gritty defenders, and this is just nice rotation by Emily Fisher. Not afraid to take the contact, and you can be moving somewhat when you are just rotating.
In the 2-seed American Eagles, 4th-seeded Bucknell Bison playing for the automatic bid to the NCAA championship. Opportunity there on the drive, going and attacking the rim again.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. 16 points in the paint to none from American, which is interesting. But they will be attacking the lane. That's what they've been doing throughout the season. At this point, they're not going to change it too much.
Boy, Fisher hit the deck, lost a shoe, and now Bucknell has numbers. Walls will attack back and score.
Yeah, great job in transition. The senior guard who has been here as well.
So a little blowout there for Fisher, and Bucknell able to take advantage. Shoe back on. Edwards attacking, and she'll score. And boy, Megan Jebbia said, has a message for her. It is be aggressive and attack. She's been maybe a little more facilitator this year, and they need her to get points.
She said, I'm asking her to force it a little bit. She could be one of those players if she really wanted to be a player of the year with her offensive skill set. She sometimes looks to pass it too much.
And was the preseason pick as player of the year. First team all-league for a second straight season. Pull up from Collins. And missed everything deep into the shot clock.
A little while for, and I played for Coach Meg when she was at Marist. She was my associate head coach. I played at Marist, obviously, but her system is a motion type system on offense, and her defenses are all about reacting and reading things. And listen, it takes some time to develop and to learn as a player under her. So the older players for her is definitely a good thing.
Again, COVID was such craziness for so many teams around the country, but I was fascinated when Coach Jebbia told us yesterday, Julianne, that she said, you know, our defense finally got into rhythm like last month. And I'm thinking it's month 3 of the season, but sometimes it takes extra time, and it's worked right for this Eagle squad. Schaefer kind of dropping the shoulder. Johns earns the call. And another empty trip for Bucknell.
And Bucknell has really struggled the last few possessions, and Schaefer definitely drops her shoulder slightly here. Good defense and an effort from Emily Johns, just bodying up, and she might have sold it as well. Doesn't hurt. Emily Johns, I think, has been a real key. Since she came in the game, American has not looked the same. They have been on fire offensively, and their defense is more solid.
And it continues for Fisher. Again, coaching staff telling her, you're going to have looks. Take them. And she has been here the last couple of games and delivering here. Look at this surge for American now, 14-2 in the last 5-minute stretch. King, who's been so good from 3 the last few games with her first crack. Bucknell 0 of 3 from long range in the game. Edwards to the corner for Maddie Doring, another of that senior group. Fisher with a reset, 10 of the time. Pull up inside the foul line. Is good.
Emily Fisher is being so assertive, and that is exactly what the American coaching staff has been doing. They've been pushing her to make that immediate impact on the game.
O'Brien going strong. Johns blocked it at the free throw line. Trevor Woodruff talking about his leading scorer and senior veteran said, you know, the fighting through, likes the shots she's been taking, just weren't going in. And that's changed again with back-to-back 21-point performances in the 2 playoff games and 2 playoff wins for Bucknell.
And they sat down and watched a lot of film against American and tried to talk her through ways that she could get herself open, because every time they've played this team, she's had to work very hard for her shot. She's such a terrific player, but everybody's got her numbers. They're keying in on her night after night.
Doring guarded by King.
She's been shooting red hot from beyond the arc the last 4 games. 5 threes she's had in 3 of the last 5 games.
And 19 of 28, 68% from a long range in the last 5. Bucknell still in a funk offensively. Just one of its last 9 shots have gone. Extra pass. There's an opening, and that's 3. O'Brien, 35% shooter from deep, gives Bucknell the lead back.
Bucknell stopped attacking from the tip of this game. They were in attack mode, and that was a really good possession because they moved the basketball.
A little turnaround to the baseline for Bales, and Wall is able to secure it. Entry for Schaefer.
And you see the patience here from Bucknell.
Cut from Collins. More crisp ball work here for the Bison. Will it lead to a good look? Overshot it for Schaefer, and Collins can't retrieve it. Edwards, skip pass, blocked. That's Collins, 6-foot freshman, getting a hand on it. She is always seemingly in the right spot for the Bison. Walls on the attack.
Yeah, a tough shot and a really good closeout there.
Stack pull-up. Side rim. Both teams a little scattered right now. We'll see if Bucknell settles into a good offensive possession. Collins, little crossover action, contact, and a couple of free throws coming up.
Aggressive, and that's what she's needed to do. And she's been doing it throughout the season, but like we said earlier, not always aggressive enough. It will give you confidence as you move forward in the tournament.
Fisher's played every minute so far. So has the woman that just hit that second free throw, Cecilia Collins, freshman for Bucknell. She's got 7.
What I like the most about Fisher is just her ability to control the pace. She's been very, very solid, not letting the game get too fast for her.
Entry pass there from Edwards. Poached away by the Bucknell D, which comes up with its 4th steal already this game. Top 2 teams in steals in the league. Bucknell's held on to it pretty well. Although Exhibit A for the defensive abilities of AAU, steal leaders in the league, over 8 per game. They get points off that turnover 2 from Bales.
Bales has a really nice mid-range jumper. I mean, she can really do that any time that she wants. Just gets into the teeth of the defense and rises above.
Bucknell shooting about 45%. Same deal for American thus far. Both teams 10 of 22 before that attempt denied by American. And we are dead even here at 24 apiece. Right about where we expected to be with 2 teams. Top 40 in the nation in scoring defense. Bucknell top 15, only allowing foes to have 54 per game. And American has held its last 4 foes to 48 points in a game. And again, the defense is tightening up one more time.
I mean, that is where both coaches are going to make the adjustments. It's on that end of the floor because for both of these teams, it creates their offense when they are playing better defense.
Schaefer, double coming from Bales, and did just enough to be disrupted.
That's a way to rotate over.
American trying to get untracked offensively, hitting just one of his last 6 shots from the floor. That'll help when you can fire from deep. Taylor Brown knocking it down. And again, an American team that doesn't get a lot of threes, only about 4 per game. They've got 3 in the opening half.
Right, they don't look to shoot a lot of them because they don't shoot it great, but they shoot well enough, is what Coach Woodruff told us when we asked him, are you going to play any zone? You know, it doesn't make enough sense for him as he does feel like American will shoot it well enough.
Stay tuned. We get to halftime. We'll celebrate the 50th anniversary of Title IX and its continuing impact. Plus, Julianne and I will recap the first half here at Bender Arena. All that coming up shortly on AT&T 5G at the half. Collins diving on the floor for it. It's offense predicated on getting layups and threes, so trying to get those cuts and easy buckets inside. They got those, but then the threes and really good looks presented themselves later.
It drives her crazy that she's not a great three-point shooting team, because I know playing for her, she likes shooters. She really does, and a lot of the motion offense is predicated upon that. She had to change her mindset and change how they were getting those shots because of the personnel that she has this year. But yeah, lots of cuts, and everything is for the interior.
Schaefer's pass knocked away by Brown. Edwards trying to run it out and does, eluding Collins for a nifty 2. 5-point advantage, largest lead of the game here for the Eagles. O'Brien trying to stop the 7-0 run and watches it rim out. Fisher looking to Coach Gebbia for the play call here. About a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Pull up Bales. And O'Brien able to secure it. Bucknell trying to snap a scoreless drought here of almost 4 minutes before the end of the half. And Walls will get it done. Confident. Normally his team is excellent protecting the basketball, top 15 in the nation in fewest giveaways, only about 12 per game. But the 7 leading to 8 points. Edwards firing right away. Second chance there for Stack, no good, and the rebound pulled in by Collins as Julianne jumps back in. And again, the little things mean a lot when you've got 2 teams here in a tight contest.
Yeah, and this first part of the half again, Jason, very important. Let's see if Bucknell can start the half off the way they started the first quarter. And interesting to hear Coach Woodruff, he doesn't like the turnovers, and he's right. There's 8 points off turnovers in the first half.
Collins on the attack, wheels it through, kick out O'Brien at the end of the shot clock, and a clean look. But they've gone through a lot. Again, came in after the 2019 title team coaching change. He takes over. First year, they are rolling through the league. They win the league regular season by 4 games, 20-plus point victory in the quarterfinal, and then COVID hit right before the semifinals, tournament canceled. Last year, they were unbeaten through the month of January, and then COVID hit the team. They didn't practice for a month. They tried to reform in March, won their first round game, but ousted in the semifinals. So this team is hungry for some playoff success under their coaching staff. Coach Woodruff said it's been over.
This is just his 3rd year, and then everything was just so different immediately. It went through all the COVID stuff, so this isn't even fully his recruiting just yet. It takes a coach a few years. I'd say 5 years, but absolutely, they're hungry to get back going.
Back out for O'Brien. Another look from long range, popped out. Schaefer on the offense. Division III ranks, both men and women, came from the Power program at the University of Scranton. A takeover here at Bucknell a couple of years ago. There's O'Brien again. The threes are open, but she's deadly from mid-range.
She really is, and she's got to continue to go penetrate the lane, look for that pull-up jumper. It is a lost art in a lot of ways. You don't see a lot of players that have that in their repertoire still. It's either a 3 or it's a layup. So O'Brien has that. She's got to continue to manufacture those points.
Again, American realizing that said we want to make her take tough contested twos. Walls on the pull-up, can't get the roll. Schaefer, position and the putback.
Schaefer's been impressive so far. I mean, she's really been strong underneath, just getting some easy buckets through garbage points, and she's defending well. She's been one of their more consistent players all season long.
6 points and 9 rebounds for the sophomore from Cincinnati.
She's played above their expectations, which is what you need in order to get to the final here.
Bison reclaiming the lead. There's Edwards and one.
A nice read and pass.
Foul on O'Brien, her second. Edwards, who's second in the league from the free throw line, able to make it a three-point trip. She's in double figures now with a dozen.
And I guarantee you Coach Meg Jebbia told her to get into attack mode at halftime. That has been the message for her all season.
And there is the freshman king doing what she's done a good chunk of this year. Throw in threes. Again, her 20th three in the last 6 games. It's been a huge difference maker for Bucknell. On the inside, Taylor Brown twisting for 2.
Yeah, I mean, for Isabella King, that's a game changer for Bucknell. If she can start knocking some down, they're not going to make it easy for her to be open. But when she gets a little window, she is hot.
O'Brien going strong. Is that an offensive foul on O'Brien or just out of bounds? And it won't not be a foul, just possession here for AU.
And you see O'Brien to the basket. Good hands there from Bales. That's why Bales is, like you said earlier, inserted into the starting lineup as of recent for her defense.
Each team's given it away 8 times. Bucknell trying to get to the NCAA tournament for the 5th time all time. American for the 3rd. All of those trips for the Eagles would have come in the past 8 years under Megan Jebbia, and a shot clock violation there on AU. In 2014, 2018, the 2 title trips for the Eagles, and that defeat in 2019 at Bucknell. They won it on their home floor here against Navy the previous year in 2018. Speaking of going into attack mode, O'Brien doing that, but that's Bales being able to get a piece.
Again, the defense, the deflections.
John's second chance, touched out by King.
Players to have to consistently step up.
Bales cutting inside, turned into the double, tried to find Johns, and Bucknell ball.
That's the one thing we're seeing around. There's 5th-year players from the COVID year, and so a lot of veterans across the board.
2 experienced teams, and again, 20-plus wins for both squads. Coming into this, Fisher outlet intercepted. O'Brien with another theft.
We saw that one from here.
Her 3rd steal, and Walls able to turn it into points, senior to senior.
Marley Walls just using her ability off her defense.
King coming over, but can't
continue.
That's what's great about this time of year. Although this one kind of going as we would have thought, with 2 teams
neck and neck.
Yep.
You know, I wouldn't say it's a low-scoring affair, though. I mean, I think there's a little more scoring than I anticipated. I thought maybe it'd be 20 up at halftime, but a little bit more than we thought.
Kalman's forced to pick up the dribble. Walls looking to enter. 12 of the timer, number 12 to the paint, and called for the travel.
Ball a little bit better. And you've got to give credit to American, and that's where it's not an easy thing. I mean, American's got 11 turnovers. They got even more than Bucknell. But these 2 teams are not used to turning it over a lot because they turn people over.
Fisher barely saved American from another giveaway. The time of wasting on the shot clock down to 7. Fisher may have to do it herself instead. What a spot underneath for Brown.
Yeah, really, really great pass. I mean, that is what Emily Fisher does well. She's got that court vision, the patience, and then the movement without the basketball for Brown.
She's more patient than I was. The shot clock was going to run out. Whistled it inside, and Brown buries it. She's been ultra effective. A dozen now for Brown to match Edwards in the point category for AU, and now a hustle play for Brown to get the loose ball.
But you just see Emily Fisher talking, being vocal. That's something she's gotten better with over the last few years here.
Brown bails from the corner. Ivy rejected by O'Brien.
So that's where I would have liked.
Bales working her way around O'Brien.
Too much contact, but she'll take it.
And Megan Chebbia says she is starting because of her defense, but the offense certainly progressing. Give her 7 now in the game, along with 4 rebounds. And it's the largest lead of the game for the Eagles at 7.
She was basically the guard coach. She worked with me every single day on individual workouts.
Well,
tremendous.
The winner of this game would love to do what your team did after winning its conference to the mid-major league, is go on and win some games. That Marist squad in 2007 made it to the Sweet 16. Here, one of these teams trying to have that chance to put on the dance shoes. And O'Brien, again, just like the regular season meetings, getting opportunities, has 9 points, but's had to work for her shots. 3 of 12 shooting. Again, she was 7 of 25 combined in the 2 meetings split by these teams. And boy, Taylor Brown is making a living on the inside for America.
Yeah, she's really been finding her rhythm here in the second half.
10 straight for AU, the lead ballooning to 9. And biggest margin of the game. What can Bucknell do to change the tenor of that? O'Brien just saying, I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah, they have held teams to 40-some-odd points the last several games. Bucknell, they've got to get into attack mode again. That's how they started this ball game.
From the free throw line, that'll help the cause. And O'Brien, quality, top 5 in the league.
And we haven't seen a lot of free throws taken here at all.
Have not. Bucknell in this game is now 5 of 6. American is 5 of 5. On begin. Struggle at the start in league play, but got it righted here to get hot down the stretch.
I think about last year, Bucknell only played 10 games total. American 11. I mean, they barely had seasons last year. And they all started early in June, July. They had everybody back on both of these programs to try to get the chemistry going as O'Brien finishes another one. If O'Brien can get hot here, that's going to bode well to end the third quarter.
13 now for O'Brien, 4th field goal for her. Again, has taken a bunch of shots, but right now starting to hit some walls with a steal.
And you've got to take the shots. If you are the premier player, you got to forget the one you just missed and keep on going.
Underneath, Carly Kerschel.
Actually, like 5 of Bucknell's 10 games were against Lehigh, and that was the team that won it.
Collins kick out. O'Brien just trying to do it herself, and why not? Starting to get into a rhythm right now. Bucknell riding its senior star, 3rd leading point getter in the league, to cut the gap to 3.
She's just so athletic off the bounce, Jason. She shoots over people better than anybody in the league. She's got to do that.
Shoots over people, why not? School record in the high jump with the outdoor track and field.
That's a good nugget right there.
So she can elevate, and she has lifted her game and her team. Final stretches of the quarter. Entry from Brown. Edwards able to put it home.
What a seal from Edwards. She just commanded that ball. That was a really great seal.
The final quarter. Jason Knapp, Julianne Beati, our CBS Sports Network crew, glad to have you from Bender Arena in Washington, D.C. As this one gets down to the biggest quarter for some of these players in their basketball lives, trying to make those dreams reality here in the Patriot League.
And we knew that we would get a close one here today, and you can tell to buck yourself to the free throw line. That will help you manufacture some points where you're struggling offensively.
Walls turning in. Confident move for the senior from Bardstown, Kentucky.
She's had some really nice moves here. That's 10 points for her.
An all-defensive team pick back from an ACL tear a couple of years ago and really back into her full groove this season. And Trevor Woodruff said she was there emotionally prepared last year, but the knee just wasn't 100%, but it's back to top form this season, and it shows.
It was a struggle, but last year was a wash of a year for everyone, so if you had to pick a year to kind of not be 100%, it's last year, as we see O'Brien really starting to light it up here.
And the seniors are carrying Bucknell right now in Walls and O'Brien, who's now got 17, Walls with 10. And it's a one-point game. Underneath, Bales hanging and hitting. Nice timing play there for AU from Edwards.
Ivy Bales, just such an athlete. Hangs up in the air nicely.
Bales with 9.
She's quite above her average here today.
Trevor Woodruff's team trying to work back in.
Nice here, great lob. Bales stays up in the air with the finish. Nice execution play there. Ivy Bales is a capable scorer, doesn't really look to score enough.
10 assists on 20 made field goals for American. Chance for another here. Edwards tied up inside. Fisher now attacking. Scoop hoop. Excellent effort there from Riley DeRubo. The transfer from Fordham gets her first points of the game.
That's the way to hustle to it, get that second possession to keep it alive.
On the flip side, Bucknell put a lot of individual effort. 5 assists on the 19 field goals for the Bison. And a lot of one-on-one work. Herschel turning, too strong off the window. Fisher retreats. Now the point guard attacks. Poked away by back. They had a 10-point lead late in the first quarter, but since then American racing in front and keeping Bucknell at bay. Nice set piece there for Brown.
Yeah, a nice out-of-bounds play. Taylor Brown has really come alive in the second half. Her strength on offense has been very key inside for them.
16 for Brown. O'Brien going strong. Edwards. Yes, and the foul. Julian worked a ton on transition defense and not just getting back in the right spots and not there perfectly to deny Edwards.
And they didn't want to allow a
Patriot League tournament title. And another one here under Megan Jebbia at her 9th season at the helm. It would be the 3rd for AU in that stretch, the only ones in program history. O'Brien lost the handle after contact inside.
He's got to continue that, and I think get it inside. Schaefer's got to continue really being physical, trying to get yourself to the free throw points. And in order to do that, you've got to attack. And then defensively, they've got to do a better job at stopping American's dribble drive game and their execution off the cutting. It's hard to do that because American has an emotion offense, which is read and react, and his players are not quite reacting quick enough.
Pair of free throws converted for Schaefer on the inside. Another bucket for American, that one from Johns. Remember, Bucknell led in the paint point category 16-0 at the start of this game. American now outscoring Bucknell in the paint 32-30 after that bucket from Schaefer only averages about 5 points per game, but she's got 11 One of three, Bison in double figures now. Under 6 to go and a double-double for the sophomore.
Let's face it, both teams prefer paint points in this game. They are not two hyper three-point shooting teams.
Johns lost the handle. Two-pronged attack thus far, scoring-wise for the Eagles.
And they've really done a good job at holding Collins down. I mean, she's been held in check here.
Second leading scorer, 11 per game, had 7 of the first 2 quarters, but none since. Denied on the side of the Bison, and a gritty rebound there for Deruba.
They've also really challenged her. They've put some height on her. They've made it a little harder for her to see the floor, and that's where she thrives. But I'm impressed with Americans' movement on this offensive end of the floor as of late.
Attack from Bales. Shut down by Schaefer. One on the timer. Brown doesn't realize in time. Shot clock violation. Bucknell just 8 points off those turnovers. And the Bison 9 giveaways and 10 points from AU off those gifts for the Bison. 10 lead changes, 4 ties in this fun tournament final. And Bucknell earned another lead swap. Kick out. Collins. Too strong on her triple try.
That's a good kick out though. Schaefer looking to pass out of the double. And now you really got to have your gut check here. Bucknell needs to stop badly. Certainly been a priority for her. You mentioned the injury slowed her down a little last year. Boy, she looks real good this year.
4 minutes left to go. Bucknell down 7. Entry, O'Brien. Out of bounds.
We did hear a little token pressure from Bucknell. We haven't seen pressure, full court pressure that is. I mean, both teams are not that style, but if need be, they will down the stretch.
Both teams scoreless over a couple of minutes. Fisher, 7 on time. Tracked by Walls. Attacking to the double. Kick out, Brown. Deruba trying to keep it alive, but King wins the battle.
2 stops from Bucknell. Now can they score on this end of the floor? That's a mismatch.
Schaefer. Second chance. No bucket, but 2 free throws. Second generation Bison player. She makes the first. Her mom, Kristen, 5th. Emma again starting every game here in her sophomore season for the Bison. Missed on that one. Her first free throw miss of the game had made all 4 prior to that. The lead is 6 for AU, under 3 to go.
They're really looking to get it inside right now.
They'll work some more clock.
Nice.
Oh, the cut and not finished by Fisher. Remember that. Walls. Schaefer. It stays out. Tap to Walls.
A third chance opportunity there blown.
And a bunch of the other Bison were back defensively. It was 1-on-4 for Walls. Left possession American.
Americans taking
By the coaches.
Yeah, we've got 2 very excellent coaches here. Fundamentally sound and well respected in the league.
Bucknell desperate for another stop. 4 on the timer. Walls all over Fisher. Has to kick it. Long 3. Back heel. And Bucknell has it. O'Brien gets the roll. Trevor Woodruff says she gets into the small areas of the defense so well. Did that time. 4-point game.
Knifes in, she elevates well, and what Bucknell has been doing is they're getting the stops where they need to, and then they're scoring at the other end.
Under 90 seconds left.
And American has to play not to lose here. They've got to continue attacking like that.
And it's Deruba. Well, 3 fouls on the Bison. That was the opportunity there. Edwards, again with that shot clock going back to 20. She'll attack, and she'll make it. Key bucket for the senior from Chicago.
What a play. What a play. Just real physical.
19 for Jade Edwards. O'Brien, strong back, bail.
That helps a lot.
O'Brien calmly.
Brian is really taking the team on her shoulders here down the stretch.
Her first miss, but Walls with a rebound. Chance maybe to get multiple points. Too strong on that. And now Walls coming in for the foul. Round, again for AU in both of its rounds. And same for Bucknell too, taking on 5th seeds. Again, top 5 teams in the league here, all tightly packed together in the regular season. Right now, American trying to come out of the pack and win that league title.
And more so than any other year has it been that way. Just it could have been anyone in the top 5.
O'Brien, strong. Solid defense from Brown and that tangling of Taylor's one-on-one. They're trying to get her to get to the hoop, maybe get some contact, get to the free throw line. It's led to 20 points for her. Now American.
They're pretty good at the foul line. And what's hard is if you get too far behind on a team like American and you're not a great scoring team, it's hard to come back.
Walls will fire from deep. That misses everything.
You see the full court pressure from the Bison.
Trying to give the foul, and that's the player you don't want to give the senior from Chicago. 20-point game here in the tournament final.
Just been tremendous. This last minute or so. And you see that they need a 3, they need a quick shot. In general, we could use the 3 ball here.
King trying the desperation, and now Edwards and company can start to get into celebration mode. Now the Eagles bounced by Boston University in the last 2 years of the playoffs. They got payback beating BU in the semifinals, and now take